Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
So you got some BTC here. Good old Bitcoin. Just gonna go check something real quick here. All right, that one's fine, and that one's fine. Hold on a sec here. Jackie comes on the on the Tuesdays. Hopefully the system doesn't freeze up. Let's go to give it a try here. Just waiting to see if we got any alerts. I'm thinking remote desktop might work a little bit better this morning. Yeah, we'll keep it there. How about that? We'll shut this one down. Difficult. All right, let's do it that way. We got gold, we got Swiss, all great, pound, yen. Some people got some trade setups this morning, so let's wait for another nice setup. We got, what's the last one I had here? UCAD.
Al accidentally got into one trade right before we started our call. He went off the 5 minute instead of the 15-minute, but it ended up working out for him. I'm pretty sure. I think it was
okay.
It was an Aussie pair. I forget which one it was now, though.
Okay, right before the call. I probably wasn't running it on this one. Maybe Euro AUD? No, that was way before.
Aussie was the primary currency. It might have been Aussie CAD, maybe. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, CAD would have been moving.
Yeah.
All right. Not running that one right here. All right, let's just run over some currency pairs while we're waiting. How about that? Just to have an idea of where we're going, so that when we do get the alerts, then we know what direction we're potentially going to take. Here, we got 3 greens, we got 2 reds, so we're only going to be pretty much looking for the buys, right? So we're going to do our little arrow up, Gonna put that little arrow there, so I automatically know that when I go down to this chart, that we're gonna get that we're looking for buys. No confusion. So let's go check out what else we have here. I love how simple it is to analyze the charts with arrows. Here, look, you're looking for red, right? You're looking for down. We're gonna tag this down here. We're gonna go for arrow down. This way I know as soon as I see the chart, this is invalid. Let's go GCAT. How about that?
Yeah, a
No
lot of
real.
strength, a lot of strength in the Canadian dollar right now. It's
Yes.
the pound and the Canadian dollar.
Okay, that's very good to know. We'll keep that in the back of our minds here. Euro NZD didn't work out. Euro NZD did not work out. Let me see here.
You were we're shorting the Euro NZD. I think that might have been one of
those trades that they
Yeah.
took in the morning. So let's go take a quick look at that then. Euro NZD.
Yeah, I'd like your analysis of that one. I stayed out of it. I didn't really like the looks of it. And
Okay.
it's kind of reversed on us.
Okay. So they were trying to go long, I'm gonna assume.
Short.
Oh, okay. So there must have been another zone here or something. And this zone just got broken.
No, there's five red and 4 green. If you go back a little bit more.
Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, I got it.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah, and you're in a consolidation zone. So let's go take a quick look at that with some let's go see. Let's see what's going on. Euro NZD. Have a better idea of what the picture is and potentially why. Yeah, look at this thing. You see it's consolidating. You got like a really big coil that's winding up. I'm gonna go to a different time frame. So yeah, it's not ready to break out. Of course, this is hindsight, right? We're looking at something from hindsight, so it's a little bit different. We've got nothing to really play around with. I do like the bottom trend line stronger than the top one.
Yep.
Well, let's see if you guys see any. When the zones are stacked like this, so close, yes, it does. It counts as 2. You mean like here, Vince? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones, right? 5 on 4. So we're gonna be looking for shorts. Oh, this one here, yeah. Yeah, so we're good on that. This is how I've always looked at it.
Yeah,
So,
Nate would always count those as 2. Those top 2 would be 1, 2, not 1. Sometimes they're literally a pip apart, and you could
yes.
argue that's just one zone, but those 2 are pretty clearly 2 different zones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same
absolutely.
with the on the bottom.
Yeah, like here too. That's still 2 zones, right?
Yep.
This is a very strong zone. This one, not so much because you only have 1 down there. So let's go take a look here. Let's go see if we can find a potential setup, something that might be moving pretty good. Let's go check gold. Got a quick question here from Benjamin. So here, let's clean this up a little bit.
Boy, gold's going crazy right now with all these wicks.
Oh yeah, that's look at the wicks, man.
Yeah, This looks like, it's funny. This looks very similar to what the big cryptos look like right now.
Mm-hmm. And as cryptos mature, you're going to see a whole bunch more of the of these relationships that get similar and similar because the big money are getting involved.
Yeah. Yep.
Big money is getting involved. Latonia, you're saying NAS, what time frame? So
we were looking at NAS on the last call.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where it might head at the open of the market.
Okay. So for me, this is what I see on gold on the 5. I wouldn't be taking anything until it kind of broke out of this zone, potentially even more, because this whole zone here is where price kind of rejected. So this is the zone that it's playing in. Pretty excuse me, I apologize for that. So here, if you can see kind of what I was looking at, I'd rather go to this one. And the reason I'd rather put it here, draw my trend lines here. So there's nothing really for me on gold. On this one, let me see. It's consolidating way too much. NAS. Let's go see NAS. Jordan, no, you're fine. You're fine. Didn't get into any trades yet. Didn't see any, actually didn't even see any alerts yet. So if you guys do see an alert, please let us know the time frame and the currency pair or indices or whatever we'll be trading at the time. So here's your NAS. This actually is a really nice wedge. I like this wedge. I like it to the downside because when you have this type of wedge, you have a rundown most of the time, like 66% of the time. It's going to be a continuation of the previous move, the breakout. And in this scenario, it's probably going to break down. But I'm going to want it to clearly break that because we're not looking for huge moves, right, on NAS. We're just looking for a piece of that. But we need the confirmation, right? We need the confirmation from the from AIRO just to give us an idea of what picture we're looking at.
Well, the market just opened, so
we might get some alerts now.
Yeah, it's all of a sudden the price started to move around here, so, and it is heading down a little bit.
Yeah, GBP NZD, what do we got here? Yeah, see, we're in the middle of that zone, so there's nothing to look at here. 3.
Yeah, they were talking about it breaking that resistance right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but now we're still in equal zones, right? And there's not enough room to the next zone.
Yeah.
So GBP NZD. Yeah, that's breaking this line here. Hold on here. Let's go from here to here. Oof, look at that wick. Something funky's going on. Let's go check another currency pair. I don't have any any alerts or nothing to tell me that that's something that we would be considering as a trade here.
Yeah, so the pound Kiwi did blow away that resistance zone now, but
Okay.
we're we're too far into that move, I think, right now.
Yeah, you would be pretty hard pressed. Let's see. I don't know about this. The overall, let's go on here. It's the 15-minute time frame. A lot of these are on its way up. Let's go see if I can.
Yeah, the pound is really strong right now.
Mm-hmm. So let's go see here. Here we go. Let's go check it out. Sorry, guys, you're gonna hear my little monkey in the background, but that's the enjoyment of working from home. He just turned 4 years old. Kids are pretty amazing. I'd rather have a little bit more excitement in the morning than this. This is she's slow.
NFP.
Yeah, because everything's just waiting, right? If we wanted to drop a little bit of knowledge about NFP, well, let's go look at even this one. Aussie NZ. Even my gearbox has been really slow this week.
I wish I could say the same thing.
Alfari, good morning to you. Someone said Bitcoin just blew up. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
All of them did.
uh
All three of the big cryptos just blew up. Yep.
all three of the big ones.
Huge move.
Let's see what we got going on here. That's a big move.
It's
Not
testing
directly. Not directly. So Bitcoin, NFP doesn't directly affect Bitcoin. It's mostly the U.S. currency pairs, but because the U.S. currency pairs are such a moving force in the market, it pretty much affects all of the currency pairs in one way, shape, or form. Right now, I don't believe there's enough correlation between Bitcoin and the markets to have an impact on it. It might later on, but I've never noticed one. USD CAD sell. Thank you, Stephen. I'm losing my voice. Got a USD CAD sell alert. 1, 2, 3. See, this one's only like a pip away, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 red zones, 2 green. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, make sure there's nothing sneaking. So from here, do we have a bounce, an arrow? You don't have a bounce though. That's the problem, because you got, it's a second arrow. It's a second arrow of this alert. USD CAD. I'm not desperate to take a trade. That's not potentially going to be high probability.
We were chatting about this exact type of setup on the earlier call, Matt, where you have not only you have a second arrow, but it's sort of in the middle of the move right now. You know,
Right, you're right. You're right in the middle of consolidation.
Yeah. I mean, this thing could reverse as easily as it could continue down.
It certainly could. See, this is the wedge breakout that was here, right? But I mean, I wasn't here to check that out. I can see it after the fact pretty easily, but
that first arrow would have been a good move.
It would have been a great move. That would have been like the trade of the day easily. That's really nice. I don't like taking a trade when it's so far away from the moving average.
Yep.
I don't like that.
It is the if you had the 200 up there, it is the arrow MA is about to break under it. Not that that really makes much of a difference, but
yeah, but even
I know
now,
that's not going to tuck into the trade by any stretch.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, not.
And look at that. Look at those big wicks down there right now. It's really rejected right there. We might even get a new zone forming.
See that? Oh my goodness! Look at the size of those wicks. So when here's a little bit of things here that I'm noticing and why I would be hesitant of taking any trade in this area. You see how these wicks are really, really big? So you got wicks that are bigger than the candle bodies, the preceding candles. And then you've got wicks that are the entire length of the candle body. And there's lots of wicks all over the place. Now you got it. This one's okay. This right here, this formation just tells me it doesn't know what it's doing.
Yep.
We got an Ethereum buy here. Let's go check Ethereum buy. How about that? Because maybe that'll move a little faster. Maybe I know.
I love Ethereum, but I'll tell you these charts right now, I don't know. You tell me if you can make sense out of it.
Well, I'm not breaking any rules. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. You got room to that zone. You're in an uptrend. Let's go check my other charts here just to confirm. Ethereum USD. Oh, I don't even have it on my charts. Great.
So I have, I'm on the 15 minute. That's why. Okay. There we go.
Did you have a confirmation on the?
No, I do. I was, for some reason, I went to the 15 on Ethereum, but I see it now. Yeah.
Okay. So you got a W, right? You got a W
Yep.
here.
Yes, you do.
You've got.
So if you look over right where you see where we got these big wicks right now, it kind of is hitting up against where that downward arrow was over to the left.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the origination of that move. That's that W there.
Yeah.
If it goes into here, it's got to break this one, and that one. That's a lot of upward pressure to break.
And I always look at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's dumping back down right now. So I would,
Yeah, I see it going down.
yeah.
Now the overall direction on that time frame that we were looking at. Hold on here.
Yeah, it's up. What's interesting, and again, this is another correlation that you look at. Sometimes the 15-minute is downtrend and the 5-minute is uptrend.
Perfect. Someone got in that UCAD first AIRO. Well done. That's great. Alert came on AIRO US 30. Let's go see US 30. Seems like I wasn't running that one on this platform here. So let's go do that. Insert. View.
Oh, they're saying that on the 15-minute though for the US and NAS for the record.
On the 15-minute resistance zone that was broken, right? But they got a alert on the 30-minute.
I don't see. I didn't get an alert on the 15-minute.
Did you get one on the 5?
Nope,
5-minute.
not on the 5 or 15.
Okay, let me go check what's going
For
on.
the
Here.
I'm looking at the US 30 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying
That's
to bring this one over.
That's a scary pair anyway.
Is it? I as of 2 months ago, I've never traded an indices before. It was Jackie
Yeah.
that started showing me, getting me more accustomed. I still don't have 100 demo trades in indices.
So I'm using Envy as the broker, and I looked at the 5, 15, and 30 for both the NAS and the US 30, and I don't have an arrow for any of them.
Let's go see what's going on here. That was 1 hour.
Yeah, and I see Carlos is talking about the fractal on the NAS 100. I definitely see that, and it's already taking place. There was no arrow or anything. Or
now I got an alert here.
Yep. Got 3. We got pound US, gold, and pound Canadian.
All right.
I'll look at the pound Canadian here.
Okay, I'll go look at pound US. They're gonna move in the.
Yeah. No go on the Canadians. Ran right into the resistance.
GU. Let's go check GU. No. See, you're in the downtrend. You're going counter trend.
Yeah, and gold is just ranging right now with crazy wicks all over the place like crypto.
This is one of the times that I'm very hesitant to take trades because I found that right before non-farm payroll, things like the mess around. See, this is the wedge that I would be drawing on this one. That's close enough for me. Close enough for government work. That might have some gas to the upside. I'm still not, it's kind of too late at this point.
Chadrick is talking about Canadian yen.
Add yen.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. Do you have that already up?
No, I don't think so.
I can bring it up quick here.
Let's go check this out. Oh, 1 hour gold. Let's go see what 1 hour gold. Someone said 1 hour gold. So we're just going all over the place until we find something that we can actually get into and trade, right? Right now.
Well, CAD yen is dive bombing up, but there's no I don't think there's any entry on the 15-minute to note right now. Canadian dollar has been really strong this morning.
Just surprising.
Yeah.
Especially since we had all that news about our economy being one of the worst in the G7. Trudeau's done absolutely fantastic job at destroying us. Anyway, enough with politics. Let's go check this out. I don't expect anything to happen at any time, Darren. Just I don't like getting that in my head because it creates a subconscious bias. If I say I'm going to look for a breakout of gold, then I'm going to try and justify, like your brain is your most loyal crew. If you tell it to look for something, it's going to find it. It's going to find reason and justification to bring that to your attention. It's very loyal to you. Like if you, for example, if you say, I'm looking for a yellow car outside, well, subconsciously you're automatically looking for a yellow car. You're not, you're going to see them more often than if you weren't looking for them. Just like when you buy a new car or a new car to you, you're going to see that car, you're going to recognize it more often. And that's where the power of observation and the volume of trades comes in, is once you see what you're doing often enough and you see a repetition of it, this is not working. My thing's frozen.
Yeah, it says the VPN slowed down all of a sudden here a little bit.
Yeah, I'm having problems. Oof, what a mess. I can't all right, so let's do it on here. So you said hourly. I'll just, since VPS is working really slow, I'll show you maybe how I take a look at currency pairs and what I'm doing when I do my analysis, right? So I zoom back out. I like to have a very good picture of the overall price. So this is the most recent downtrend. This is where it kind of went flat, right? So we're in a downtrend. We're at the bottom of a downtrend. At least it appears to be pretty deep. So the first thing I'm doing, and this might not make sense. If it doesn't, that's completely fine. But I'm just trying to see what direction we could be having. Ooh, I like this. All right.
You and your pitchforks.
Yeah, but this just gives you an idea of how strong the downtrend is.
Yeah.
So here's your upper zone. Here's your bottom zone. So you're in the bottom zone of this. I like it to the downside better than the upside significantly. So I like breaking down. at least on the hourly time frame. That's where I see it. I see this going down. You see how it's making lower highs right here. So lower high, lower high, lower high. And then you got lower low, lower low, lower low. If someone wants to take a higher time frame trade and they're using AIRO to confirm their entry, right? Now we have a sell bias, right? Here, this is what I'm looking at. So this might hold, it may not. But the setup is there. And that would be a pretty nice move. So I'm going to leave that there for later. Maybe I'll check tomorrow after non-farm payroll. The symbols pro and mini are based on my broker. So it depends on what feed you want to take. Depending on what your broker offers you, you can have different feeds. I use the pro because of the tighter spreads. Vince, great question. Euro GBP. Right now, my system is, oh, it's back. Okay. EG.
Yeah, there's another winning trade with Euro GBP in the middle of the money zone last night.
Yeah, look at that sell.
Wow.
That's a monster. Look at that zone, guys. This was such an easy trade. It's not even funny. You're saying that the
Although, you know, it's
15-minute trend is up?
You know what, Matt? It's on an uptrend, though. Be interesting to know if Nate took this last night. It's because this is on an uptrend.
Well, it's an uptrend on the 15-minute, my friend, but on the 1 hour, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
Because you look over here, you're on a downtrend.
Right.
So it depends what picture you're looking at, and
Right.
I'll bring some clarity to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So EG, that is the $1 million question: is did the boss take it or not? Because I had it coming down from here when I set this up over in January. I had a fork set up here, and it just bounced on this trend line right here. So I still see that coming down. I don't see that coming up for a while. You know, that's just how I see it. Let's go see from a lower time frame perspective. And don't worry if there's too much on the charts, guys. Lots of lines. I draw a lot of trend lines, so don't get overwhelmed by it. Vince, yeah, it definitely does, because there are different ways. Hold on a sec here. Oh, he didn't take it? So there was a zone on the 15-minute on EG and was less than 20 pips between each other. So looking back now, it looks like a good trade, but at the time there would have been a green zone here, and it only disappeared once it broke here. So there's no trade. It was in strong consolidation. The only way to take this trade on EG on the 15 would have been to draw a wedge, a trend line here from the bottom to the top. Could have done this over here. It's not even a wedge, really. More like a channel, but Yeah, it's too much. That I wouldn't be I wouldn't have been able to take this trade either, to be honest. If I was trading at the time, I would have had a trend line up here to demonstrate that this is the top. I don't know if I would have taken that sell there, because I would have probably disqualified it with AIRO. Yeah. Yeah, Euro pairs are not moving because they moved so monstrously at the end of the month there. You've been riding EG since Friday? Marty, that's great. More of a swing trader. Are you saying you got in up here? I wonder how you caught that top. 4-hour fib entry. If you guys have any other alerts, please let me know. We will take a look at that. Oh, you were looking for it to come down, so you would have had your... See, I just don't know where you would have put your fib. 86.62. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you did. Good trade. Awesome. Let's see here. It might break out. Gold might break out tomorrow. GU H1. Okay. Backtesting with AIRO is going to be challenging. The arrows don't repaint, but it only gives you a certain amount of arrows. And the zones repaint though, so you're not going to see all the counter zones. Just like a great example is the trade NAS 5. Oh, we got lots of stuff going on. Come on, guys. Thanks. All right, let's go with
the indices just dumped, Matt, but we're already down to a support.
Yeah, it's back in there. Eh? It just blew out of there.
Yeah. So did the cryptos, by the way.
Oh, surprise. US 30. Oh, it's moving nice and slow here. I had... You took a trade.
No, that was actually just an alert.
Oh, okay.
I get the same noise for alerts or taking trades. So.
Oh, okay. So the other day when it gave you all those, I thought you were just taking trades. I was like,
no. Some are and some are just alerts. Same. You know, I get a notification sound for any of those.
Yes, it does. It does sound like the beginning of the Mario Kart racetrack.
Well, that's what it is. I'm ready to take a ride.
And I am too.
Hopefully my trades are better than my Mario Kart abilities.
Yeah, back testing with arrows. You'll be able to see the arrows, but you know there was a green zone here, right? There was a green zone. There would have been a green zone here. Like the green zones would have been there, but because price broke through it, it repaints and it makes them disappear. Oh my goodness, it's so slow. Is there anything in all of these that is still tradable? I think the 1 hour GU alert that I received might still be all right. Let me go see. Anyone else's VPS just froze up? Or is this probably just me?
Mine hasn't frozen, but it's definitely lagging now. You know, it's not
Okay.
not a total stoppage, but definitely as for the first time this week has slowed down a little bit. Probably because of all the action.
Gel, you're funny. VPS is only good for bots. Yeah. Yeah, mine's completely frozen up right now. This is and I do all my updates every weekend and reset it. But there is additional solutions coming.
That AIRO what AIRO 4.0 is going to be a game changer.
Yes, it is. If I can finally get my hands on it. I'm supposed to be testing it.
I guess, Matt, just while we're waiting here, that the discussion was that there needs to be some tweaks to the VPNs for the AIRO 4 to properly operate or something like that. That's I heard Nate say something to that effect.
Okay. Okay. That could be true. Yeah, well, I don't have any problems at all running multiple MT4s on my computer. Right? Like on my computer is fine. I don't have like a workhorse of a computer either. I just got a gaming laptop. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Christine. All right. I wasn't on the call last night, so we're gonna start logging the times that so that they can go back and check the VPSs of the individual people who has frozen up. So just while we're waiting for another setup, and my own system is pretty much fried at this point, non-functional.
If you need me to bring up a chart, Matt, I can. Mine is sluggish, but it's still I have less charts open than you, so I'm able to do a little bit here if you need me to.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe give that a try. Just talking to Nate real quick. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, J Cruz, we did get GCAT alert on the 1 hour.
Do you want me to share my screen, Matt?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
You have to enable me.
Oh, My bad. Here we go. Yeah. All right. So if in the Q&A section, please let me know what what your username is for Auvoria Prime, so we can identify the specific VPS instance. Excuse me. As well as the time that it froze, to the best of your knowledge. Doesn't have to be exact, but at least they can go through the logs and find out.
So Sandy's asking about to explain the wicks that are happening on the pound yen. I'll open that chart up here. You can see my screen, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Not exactly sure, Sandy, what you're asking about there.
Well, wicks just, well, from an elementary perspective, it means that at the lower time frame, well, there's a lot of, I don't like trading with big wicks. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
The bigger the wicks, the bigger your stop loss is going to be. I've seen sometimes pound yen have 40 pip wicks. What does that mean? That means if you enter on the wrong candle, you're getting stopped out. So you don't really want big wicks. You don't want wicks coming out of both ends of a candle. You know, that's not conducive to successful trading. It's just not a healthy environment. All right, so let me check this out here. So we got, I'm writing down some names here. Click.
So Sandy, I'm looking at the 1 minute here that you asked us to look at. I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to. I mean,
Oh, so what she's saying on the 1 minute? Well,
yeah,
like
that's where I'm at, but I mean, it's just, it's just an upward trend, obviously, right now, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, there's nothing really to like. The challenge with the pound yen is at certain times it's gonna have a heck of a whole lot of big wicks. And that's just the reality of it.
Yeah. Litecoin.
Litecoin? You got Litecoin.
I'm not touching it, but I'll go over and
I got Bitcoin.
I run my crypto on a different
different account
broker.
as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me go see BTC.
Look at those. Look at that dump there. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I can expand Litecoin, but we're not touching that one.
Yeah, and on Bitcoin, you're in equal zones on the 5 minute with a down arrow.
Yep. Yep.
All right,
3 and
I'm just
3, and there is room, but we're so close, and I mean, we don't want to mess with us right now.
No.
See my 38 fib line there? It knocked it pretty good right there, and then came tumbling down.
Hey, it looks like everyone froze at exactly the same time at 10:05.
How many are you seeing? I can't see the chat right now.
No, I got 3.
Got it.
Some people had it because the more feedback we can get, the faster we can get this resolved, right? So in the Q&A section, that's going to help us. 7 a.m. I don't like big wicks. That's when I put the toys down I don't like indecisiveness. Over consolidation, I don't like it either. If it doesn't do what it's supposed to do in an accepted time frame, then
Looks like I might have just frozen too. Let's see here. There it is. Okay. So I don't have all the charts open, guys. So if anyone else gets alerts on a pair that I don't have up right now, just let me know and I can bring that chart up. Gonna keep my charts to a minimum so that I don't freeze.
yeah, that's why I've got one that's loaded with charts. And then the other one is just very, very minimal.
Oh, that closed gold.
So Vince. It's a great observation, Vince. Very good observation. So he's talking as we're going over this. He's talking about GA. Lost the GA trade because of the movement on the day of the pair had mostly exhausted already at 88 pips. Average daily range is a very well-known metric for trading. And there are people that have already done all the homework for average daily ranges for all of the instruments. And that is easily found through Google, reputable search engine, you know, put it in there and that data will be available for you. So you took the 5-minute gold trade. Hey, Deborah, that's great. I wasn't up for that one. Oh no, Pia. When the candlestick hits a zone is when you get out. Depends what you're referencing. Dr. Cap, you froze at about 8:45 CST.
He wants us to look at Kiwi US.
Yeah. Someone wants us to look at Kiwi US.
All right, I'll bring that one up here if I can.
Hey, did we talked about gold a little bit earlier, right? We said we said she's gonna tank.
Yeah, I mean it's ranging. And I think it did tank a little bit, right?
Gold. Yeah, it's still ranging. It didn't break out of that area. I mean, I'm on 4 hours, so. It didn't even, it's just rejecting that trend line that I drew earlier. Nothing overly special. EJ.
So here's the Kiwi US, Matt. I'm not 100% sure what Pia wanted us to go over.
Okay. Let me go see that question
also
again.
Ranging.
Yeah. That.
I know you're going crazy not having your trade view right now for this stuff.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to check it out.
Yeah.
Euro. I'm gonna have to get my computer checked out again. I was having some unacceptable issues. You know, you can't trade when you don't have the right systems up. So unfortunately, I'm having some problems on my end. So NZD, USD.
The Definitely
So
got away.
NZD USD is just consolidating really, really, really hard. It's actually on the 1 hour chart. You've got here. Let me give you a. Here, I'll share my screen for a sec because now my
Yeah,
trading
take it
view is
over.
actually working. But let me see if I can get this going here. I was mostly focusing on the Q&A, getting some data about who's messed up here. So here we got, this is your ranging kind of market, right? You got no solid breakout. You got nothing to write home about, honestly, guys. There's a third hit on the trend line is noteworthy, right? So 1, 2, 3, these big wicks are what you want, right? But you don't want a whole bunch of big wicks, okay? That's not what you want. I don't like this because there's no wick here. So this is not great. I'd rather see it come down. So now I'm going to draw a third trend line because I just see it there, right? I see 2 wedges. And then we're going to go down to the 15, kind of line it up a little bit, make it a little bit tighter.
Hey, I just want to make sure, Matt, you've already documented the frozen people in the question.
Yeah, some of them.
Okay.
That's what
I'll
I was
leave, I'll leave a
doing.
few of these open then still. I was just
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'm
Yep.
just trying to. The wife brought me down some breakfast, so I've been muting myself and eating because I'm very, very hungry this morning. So we want, in order to successfully document the issues, there's 3 pieces of information we need. One is the time, the approximate time that it happened. Dr. Cap is the only one who gave us the actual time zone, right, of the one. So if it's Eastern time or whatnot, we need your username, and that's pretty much it. But if you send it in as an anonymous attendee, then I have no sweet clue how to help you on that one. Oh, Pia, are we having a situation where there's multiple of you? All right. Thank you, Anne. And AIRO even turned off. That's noteworthy. And we're just doing this as we are, as we're waiting for another setup. Thank you for your cooperation. You're trading GCAD on the 5-minute?
There was an arrow for GCAT on the 15-minute as well.
Right.
But looking at those wicks up there is probably good we didn't get in. Second arrow.
Yeah, I don't like the second arrow because it's too far away from the moving average, and price likes to come back to that arrow moving average.
Although in this case, the 2 arrows were consecutive candles, which is a little.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
It was a big move. That's kind of why I think. I can't even find a resistance on the 15-minute. Let's see here. There it is. There's a lot of room, but counter trend though.
Yeah. So Auvoria, you're saying that you've got you're getting alerts, but the arrows don't show up. That's not the first time I've heard that.
So just because we're sitting around, if you want to look on your side, Matt, there is a potential setup for a swing trade strategy 2 for GCAD on the 1 hour.
Right.
It needs to break through. There's a resistance right now. It's kind of playing in, but if it breaks through there, there's a lot of room to the upside on GCAD.
Wow.
And it is on the 1 hour, it is a uptrend.
Well, look, I had this trend line here and it just broke it. So it broke that trend line.
Yep.
And then this is an hourly chart. So this is big. We were in this uptrend here. And now here's what's significant, guys. Here we have a low, and then we have a higher low, and a higher low. Right? So now we're in this uptrend. This could be actually a pretty good swing trade setup.
There's even, and honestly, this is the pair even on the 15-minute scalp trade, bag one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a legitimate trade. We're chasing it a little bit now. We're one candle.
It might come back. If
Yeah.
it comes back and tags this trend line.
It's doing it right now. Literally.
Yeah, you know what? I would probably have appetite to take this thing if it tags here, because that's going to be a better entry.
Yeah, it's almost there already. It's this current candle is getting really close to it. This is the most interesting pair we've had this morning, I would say.
It certainly is. It certainly is. This puts a lot of joy in my step. Let me see here what's going on. I'm gonna wait till it bounces here, and maybe I'll take an entry on that.
Yeah, I kind of like it as the 1 hour swing trade a little better, but
oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, because it could swing down as far as here, right? So you're gonna want to have for your swing trade, you're gonna want a 50 pip take profit and a 100 pip stop loss.
Yeah.
But you can, if you've taken enough of these, you can shrink your stop loss if there's other ways, right? Like, so for example, if we were to take it here, and we had 500 and 1,000.
Yeah,
this is what we would be looking at, right? Well, where would you put your stop? If it's gonna go, it's not gonna go. If it here is a lower probability, here's an even lower probability, but now your risk to reward is significantly higher. Yeah, this is a higher probability trade. This is a lower probability trade. This is an even lower probability trade.
I'm looking at the AIRO 1 hour right now, Matt, and something like that. There's a really solid support zone that's been touched like 5 times. So you could probably
7608 around there.
Yep, right in there. Yep.
Yeah, so right here where my cursor is, guys, that's a pretty strong zone. So if you wanted to take your swing trade, it's not financial advice, okay? It may get stopped out. But if you put your stop,
about 65 to 70 pips is what you could do for your stop loss.
Right. Instead of 100, which means you can put 25% more lots in the trade.
Right.
When you position size, which means you're going to make 25% more profit on the same move. I'm not talking about 25% of your account, guys, but 25% of the amount that you risk. So now we're looking for a nice little sniper entry. We might have, because this is moving pretty quick, guys. This is GCAD likes the move, right? I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, this is our Neo pair as well, right?
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. So Neo's been fun. Neo is specifically designed for this currency pair. Just a sec. I'm just writing some more stuff down here.
So the person whose name is not Pia, that's asking why they're wondering why their name shows up as Pia. I believe that has to do with whatever link you may have used to log into this session. You might have gotten a link from somebody else, possibly a Pia, maybe, who
In their
registered.
email. In their
Yeah.
email.
Yeah.
What if it was an email specific link? That might be that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that come down.
Yeah.
So you wanna see how valid trend lines are and why I draw so many of them? This will be a fun time. If it rejects here, I'm in this for whatever. I might take it to the next zone. You know, that's right there at this zone. So
And it's also right now on the on AIRO, it's bumped up right on the 200 moving average, and it looks like it's rejecting it.
Yeah. So let's take a little sneak peek. Oh yeah. I've got enough in here to say that I will take a swing trade. This is a pretty tight entry, guys. This is this might make up for all the little bit. I'm not going to tell you where I'm putting my stop loss. Okay, just for, but I'm not putting it where my screen says. I'm not using 70 pips. Depending on what your trading system allows you to do. Remember I don't know if some of you guys saw that.
Are you getting in right now, Matt?
Yep. I'm happy with that. I'm actually going to take it on my crypto account. No, let's not do that. I'll do it on my other one. Hold on.
I am in.
Yeah, I think I closed it out.
My Mario Kart that time represented me getting in the trade.
Oh, okay. Give me a sec. This is the account. Yeah, new. I love how it just rejected to the pip on this trend line, guys. To the pip. It might still come in, but it knew where that trend line was, right? Like it just knew, and I'm not surprised by that. You know what's really cool about this move is it breaks out of this trend line and it comes back down and kisses it, and it means it could potentially take off pretty good. So I'm pretty I'm feeling pretty good about that one there.
Are you initially just going for 50 pips?
Well, we're about to find out. I'm not sure. Actually, I might go to this line up here.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be the GCAD swing. Depending on how comfortable you are with your with your system. We'll see. This is a longer term trade though, guys, so this might take like a day, whatever. Yeah, I think I might just go 50 pips. Let me go up to the higher time frame. Just to have an idea. This is where I like it. I like it at the intersection of these two. So this trend line that started over here kind of created that little wedge there. And then this is the channel, the price channel. So because it rejected off the bottom so many times, I'm thinking we're going to end up somewhere like 76, 7,700. That is a comfortable place for me. Other than that, next pair. Oh, we got lots of questions. All right, let's check this out, guys. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to go through all this. We'll see what happens. All right. So Pia is not Pia. Sorry, I just find it funny.
Yeah. Person not named Pia. GCAD buy 1 hour swing is what we got into.
That'll be the running go. The non-Pia Pia. Auvoria, what was your username?
Did you get Dr. Cap in there already for Frozen VPN?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had him a couple of times.
Yeah.
Man, we got people that got lots of multiple personalities, eh? Just letting you guys know. I mean, we got 2 Jordan Johnsons, we got 3 Mark Harris.
Yeah, that
I mean,
that 100% has to do with sharing links. You register for a call, and when you register for these calls, you get a unique link that has your information logged into it. So
Yeah.
you share that link, then you're going to have multiple people with the same name on these calls.
Can you guys see my participants list?
I don't think they can.
Can you see it on my screen?
No,
It's just kind of blanked out.
I don't see it. All I see is all I see is trading view.
Oh, okay. Anyway, there's 5 Pias. so you know what? I do have a doctor that can help you with that. We can I can put you in connection with them, and
oh yeah, I
might
can.
be
Well, I
able
can
to-
look at it myself now, and I see what you're saying. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of Pias. Yeah.
yeah. So don't share your link, guys.
Yeah, just send people to just give them the registration link that is in the AIRO announcements page.
Yes,
they can register
or
themselves.
they can go into their back office and find it themselves.
Yeah,
because this is members, pretty much members only, and we're going to keep it that way. Going forward, though, there's going to be some restrictions on the membership. Right now, there's anyone in that gets the link can join the call. So, but that'll be changing. You know what's really cool about this trend line? And I'm gonna focus on this for a little bit because I think there's a little bit of validity and why you might want to add trend lines to your trading repertoire. So this big wick, you're going to want to put a trend line on that all day, every time. You're going to want it to connect to another high. Once you have this, you're going to be in the right direction. So here from the bottom, you got a couple options. You can go from this lower low to here. That's why sometimes you see lots of lines on my charts, right? This lower low here and this higher low is where you can put one. Now I like this because we were looking at a different, this is where the current price channel is. So it's kind of coiling up. So we'll see what the future holds, but you see this, you see where it broke out, came back, and it's kind of like a pass and then checks. So that's a confirmation that it could be going pretty, that we got the right direction on that. Yeah, we got lots of people with multiple personality disorder here.
Assuming his name is Vincenzo, he's asking if you ever use fans, Matt.
Oh, fan retraces? Or you talking about Fibbo fans, like GAN fan?
Waiting to see if he replies.
You mean like this? Or are you talking about the Fibbo Speed fan? So
It is Vincent. So we're actually talking to the right person, which is cool.
yeah, it's the real one.
You see his response?
Yeah. No, I don't use it, my friend. I don't. I am not opposed to adding new things to my trading repertoire because I'm always willing to learn. I'll note that down and I'll go check it out. GAN fan. Interesting. Oh, Jordan, yeah, you're fine. You're fine to be on multiple devices when you're logged in. When you're logged into your call. Hey guys, we are in the profit, boys and girls.
Yep. It's kind of, yeah, we just got to break through this resistance here, and then it could be off to the races. It's sort of, there's sort of buyers and sellers are sort of fighting right now, right? With those up and down wicks. It was a doji a second ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 10 pips thus far, so depends what a person wants to do. Still early. Pia says that the husband can only deal with one of me. I'm like, well, you know what? Most husband can only deal with one wife anyway. Any more than that, well, let's just say they're kind of a special person.
There was, I guess, Auvoria is saying there's a buy on the 5-minute GCAD, which obviously is a nice sign. Although I don't see it on mine, but
yeah, but I'm not worried about that. We already got our analysis done. I'm just gonna let it play out.
oh yeah.
So since everyone's hold on here. Hold on, I'm getting lots of messages here. Pound Swiss. Mr. Dwayne Morris. Let's go see. Tanking.
Yeah, I see
Looks
it
like
going.
it's going to the sky. Maybe you're talking about a different pair because this is a strong uptrend. This is like going right out to space. Hey, check this out. I'm going to show you guys something. So you see this trend line with the two big wicks that look similar to the other one? You pull this out, you're going to get hits. You're going to have rejection, it becomes support. Now this trend line, just because it was from over here, price still knows where it's going to be in the future. Check this out. I'll do it one more time just so you think I'm not full of tartar sauce or something. Okay, this one here, line, the big wicks, it's consolidated on the line, right? But it's going to eventually, where the resistance is, it becomes support. And then you know you're in the right direction. And it'll do this all the time with trend lines. And I'll show you one more thing. You can go from here to here. So once it becomes, see it, resistance, it'll eventually become support. Once it does, then that's your playground. Vince, you are correct. There are some trend lines that are stronger than others, and it all depends on how many wicks or what wicks it touches. This one is a very strong one because it's at the top. This is our top of a run. So if I show you Bitcoin's going to be a mess, but let's go see something that'll move really fast. Goodness gracious, I need to clean this up. Remove drawings. There we go. See this? So
we actually might get a bag entry for Bitcoin
yep,
on this candle.
we might.
On the M5. Yeah, you're on the 15.
I'm just on the higher, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But you're saying 5.
Yep, the 5
You might get a little something here.
Yep.
See that when I'm drawing my trend lines, I'm always going from the bottom. Going from the bottom, swing highs and swing lows, and then I find the sweet spot. So if we're looking for a potential buy setup, then maybe no good, not enough weight. Give me just a sec. So we went down to 3 pias from 5. It's pretty good. It's pretty good so far.
There must have been a couple scared fake pias that ran for the hills.
It's okay. My psychiatrist is really good. And I'm just being facetious when I'm saying that, but yeah, I've had some challenges that required some assistance in the past. So
yeah, Bitcoin open there. Are you on the 5 minute right now? Yeah,
I am.
Look at how strong, right where we are in price right now. There's no zone for AIRO, but man, there's some big resistance right at where
yeah. Let me highlight it so you can see it, but like I visually see it.
Yeah.
Like I have it going here, kind of.
Yep. Exactly.
And then so if you're breaking this, what I'm looking for is the wicks and the bodies. So this is kind of the zone that we're looking at. And then we're gonna have some mess and fun in here too. But it could just simply go right straight through, because eventually these potential support and resistance zones are just that. They're potential support and resistance zones. They don't last forever.
You know, one interesting thing with Bitcoin is I know before everything blew up, there was a lot of talk of 50,000 being that a psychological barrier, and that hasn't really played at all in any of these price moves that I've seen.
Not one bit. Because if we look from a macro level, if we wanted, oh crap, I had a really good one and I deleted all my stuff on Bitcoin. I'm gonna go back. There it is. There.
Oh, you know what? Another pretty cool thing to look at Bitcoin. Go ahead and what you're doing. I just want to mention one other thing once you're done with that.
All right. Let's go to a higher time frame. Give you guys a little bit of. All right. So this is 2016. 2020, my bad. So bad. So this is the run that Bitcoin's been on. That 50 mark. We're sitting at the 50. It's right here. You know, like it's broken it and then it's failed. It's broken it and then it's failed. You know what I'm thinking that people are doing is your conventional people are just going to say, oh yeah, 50 will sell. 50 will buy. 50 will sell. They like round numbers. Thank God for AIRO though. Josh, quick question.
So yeah, so Josh, we are the GCAD we traded on the 1 hour. It's a swing trade on the 1 hour, which is definitely an uptrend on the 1 hour. Not that we're not trading on the 15-minute with GCAD.
Yeah. So when we say against the trend, you need to we need to be very specific on what trend. Like the 1 minute trend is obviously going to be different than the 15, and the 30. They can all be different. For example, the GCAD on the 4 hour trend, well, the most recent trend's down, but overall we're still up, right? Because we got here's your low, your higher low, your higher low, your higher low. So this on the 1 hour is kind of on a different side. I hope that kind of makes sense. Head and shoulders on the Euro AUD. I don't know. I don't trade a lot of head and shoulders. I like to make a joke about it, saying that the only one I know is the shampoo. I tend to stick kind of to trend lines and wedges.
Ethereum.
Your system's slow. Maybe it's just a lag.
Well, my computer comes up quicker, and then my phone. What you're hearing is my phone, which is slightly behind. Ethereum didn't have a bounce off the support, but it's an interesting spot.
Yeah. All right. So Jay Cruz is saying EG is tanking. Which is not surprising because we said that the British pound was super strong, right? If I recall.
Yeah. It was anyway.
Yeah. So I had this week as of like we already looked at this, but way in January. So, and that's breaking the wedge formation on the 4 hour. Let's go see what if we got something else that we can play with. Maybe there's an entry here. Oh yeah, there was. Remember the wedge I drew? I didn't go back and check it. I'm sorry, guys. We lost some money on that. That would have been a nice move. And next time, I'll make sure I put alerts on my trend lines so that we can go back. It's a great question, Anissa. There I don't know if there are specific videos. I know there are some in the through. Did you have the opportunity to go through the Auvoria Prime University? There's a great repertoire of videos in there. I believe there are some that talk about trend lines, and some that do wedges. But I don't be alarmed because you don't. All wedges and triangles and trend lines are doing is helping you to get maybe earlier entries or stay in the trade longer. The basic foundation of this is still remains in the AIRO bag strategy. So when it comes down to here, for example, and a lot of these trades we didn't qualify as per bag. Like GCAD, the GCAD trade that we're swimming in right now. It came against us pretty good. Right now we're in some drawdown, but since we have since we took this for a swing, this was not a 15-minute trade setup, right? So we are of the opinion that it could be bouncing off of this zone again. We are looking for more of a swing trade setup. So strategy 2. You see on strategy 1 for bag on GCAD, this would be a downtrend. But here, your GCAD, we just got a buy signal on the 1 hour. So we go H1, and then we got a buy. And you see how we went from a downtrend on the lower time frame to uptrend on a higher time frame. But we need to give our stop loss enough room to breathe. And that's the thing, that's the give and take with the higher time frame. The higher time frame, you're going to require a bigger stop loss to be able to handle these wicks. It's just a give and take. And the guideline, JER 30. Oh, I don't trade the German. I don't even know the German indices. I know a couple people that do successfully, but I think with all the alerts that we can get in a day, we get way too many alerts to be able to trade them all. So I the amount of alerts that we get with AIRO in one day, even if you were on the 1 hour chart, you couldn't trade them all. And to keep things into perspective, if you're making 5% a week, you're in the big leagues from a return perspective. A lot of people they're not able to make 5 or 10% a week. 40% a month, it's phenomenal return. Just to put it into perspective, if you wanted to have a hedge fund trade your funds, you'd need $100,000 minimum for the number one in the US. And last year they paid out something like 53 or I think it's 43 or 53% for the full year. That doesn't include the 8% loading fee. So you pay $8,000 up front. And they'll pay you back like 40 some percent for the full year. So if you can do 5% a week, you make 1% a day, and you just compound that out, you can really change your life. And I want to show you something, and I don't do this often. I think it's Circle Trading. Circle Trading market compound calculator. Just want to show you what you can actually literally do. Oh, it's not Circle Markets. Anyway, it's another one, but this will work anyway. So say you don't have a lot of money. Say, because a lot of people are having a hard time, right, to come up with trading balances and whatnot. Say you got $200 and you aim for, I don't know, let's be realistic. You've never traded before and you want to aim for maybe 15% a month. And instead of going to university and spending all this crazy money and time learning about whatever else, you would be spending your time learning about trading, and you would spend 4 years, right? So what, 48 months? You're $200. If it takes you 4 years to do it, it doesn't matter, because here's where people burn out. It's not because the Forex is complicated, it's because they burn out here in the low end of the curve. Exponential curve here is where everyone burns out and they say it doesn't work. The real money in the Forex, when you can literally start seeing life-changing amounts, depending on your scenario, okay? But I know in the Philippines, you're making an extra $1,000 a year. You're not even in the same scenario. You know, you're like you're living very, very comfortably. But say you only had $200 and it took you 3 years, okay? It took you 3 years of trading and you took lots of trades and you were consistent, okay? You were consistent and you can do the same thing over and over again. In 3 years, from $200, you're now at 26,000. And from 26,000, you're now making about $4,000 a month if you're making 15%. Guys, how hard do you need to work at your job for you to make $4,000 a month? It took me 10 years in the banking industry, and and now I got to work really hard to make an extra 1%, right? Well, look, you got consistency and you let this grow, and I'm talking about $200, right? Like, go sell an extra TV. Get rid of an extra TV you have. Get rid of something that you don't need. Just let it go. Excuse me. I might have to bring my stop loss up or down on GCAD. I may have been too aggressive. Hold on. I'm just going to check, make sure I'm okay. Yeah, we're going to. My stop loss was a little too tight. All right. Anyway, the growth and the success in the Forex comes over time. It doesn't come in just getting lucky and winning, right? Yeah, it's good to make money in the short term. It's really good, and it should be a goal. But your goal is to figure out what not to do so that you can become consistent. It's the biggest thing. Because you don't want to be here a couple years down the line. Most people don't even last 6 months. They don't get the success they were promised, or maybe sold. They were sold an idea that they can make it in 6 months. Say you can find $1,000, right? And you're still in the same scenario. Most people can't make $1 million in their lifetime. You know, what does it take? How much work are you willing to put in so that you can make your $3,000 or $4,000 a month? So specifically around stop losses and take profits, I don't want to provide financial advice, and I am very hesitant to say anything around where my exact one is. But I can tell you it's around a zone, more or less. You know, as a rule of thumb, stick to 100 pips. For a swing trade for strategy 2, Nate teaches that. He teaches that you're going to want to go 100 pip stop loss, 50 pip take profit. If you got other ways of you've been trading for a while and you got a little bit of experience, then there's other ways to shrink that stop loss. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, it's all about consistency. Yeah, I mean, Pia number 1, 2, or 3. You said, great question. Would a sell on a short term would have been a good trade to go with? Absolutely. If this is something that you were looking at, it just depends what you're trading. So I don't like going against my own positions, even if it's at a lower time frame. CT, we got something on the CB for the buy on Bitcoin.
On Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, you don't like it.
Yeah, I'll say this: it's a legitimate bag entry. I just don't like how it's ranging right now, and there's that big price resistance there we were talking about before that it's below still. So I don't like it.
Okay.
You can take a look, but
someone said Bitcoin dropped to $9,000. I said nope. So something's either you're
that would be a great entry point.
oh god. Are you kidding? I mean, stinking Tesla would be bankrupt. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, really.
That's like it's a 500% drop in equity.
Yeah, Bitcoin's just kind of ranging right now, right? I mean, I think it could go either way. You know, you could take a buy here, but you might have to deal with some heat. It's gonna.
And I don't like heat on Bitcoin. Just a FYI.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all because it can at the drop of a hat, and we've seen it happen on people's accounts. They're like, yeah, I was trading Bitcoin on $100 account. I'm like, well, you do understand that you are liable for that thing disappearing in like 5 minutes, right? Even at a 0.01. Yeah, I'm still in GCAD. We're taking a swing, right? This is potentially a better entry for that swing trade because you're deeper into the move. So for me, we did the analysis on the 1 hour, and it's pretty much where she's sitting. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's why I move mine down more, and that's why I'm not providing any stop losses or take profits. Because I'm not going to be providing financial advice to anyone. This is for education, right? We can give you ideas of where you could potentially put it, but as a general rule of thumb, 100 pip stop loss, 50 pip take profit for strategy 2 is where we're going to get, we're going to stick to for now. Let me see what else we can find here. She's starting to get a little bit slow. Kind of. I can, but I don't want to get to that point, right? Because Marty, what's going to happen is people are just going to take the stop loss and take profit that someone gives them, and then that's more of a signal than a trade idea. And so we don't want to be in that. We don't want it to be interpreted in such a manner, because I can change my stop loss at any time. And so I can't go back and say, all right, everyone, change your stop loss to this. I don't want to be in that scenario. NZD USD on the 15. What do you think? Alex, what's up, my friend?
Like Euro Kiwi, no good, I don't think.
No.
NZD US.
Well, I'm not surprised though, because when I woke up this morning, I said, listen, non-farm payroll, not expecting very much today, guys. Not expecting very much.
Yep. And Kiwi US was also a buy, and it's no go. It's too close to the zone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the challenge with these hold on. Oh, up or down starting of a trend. So that is a really good question, and I want to share that just because we're doing some analysis, trying to show some things. Here, this is EG. EG. GCAD. So if we wanted to see, oh yeah, I don't trade NFP. Look at that stinker go down. Look at that thing. It's like it just peeked its head and faked us out. But I could bounce right here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So if I wanted to go to a clean chart, one that I don't trade very much at all, let's do US S&P 500 here. Something I never ever touch unless I'm with like Coach Mo or someone. All right. So here's your top, right? You're going to want to look for your top and your bottom on whatever time frame you're trading. A person could go, if you're trading 15-minute, you could go to 1 hour to have an idea of where everything's going, right? So here's your 1 hour top, and you can kind of see, you connect the tops and you connect the bottoms, and you kind of got your price channel. We'll see. We'll see if that holds, but here you can tell the trend is down. This is your trend on the 1 hour. So that means on the 30-minute, it's going to be down, right? But now on the 15, you're probably up. Just showing you the difference between, no, you're still down. So if we go on the 5, you're still down, right? Because you're going from here to there. You're going from tops. You're just looking for the tops. And you're in a downtrend. So I'm just doing that. So maybe on the 1 minute, you're in an uptrend. Here, that makes more sense. So in a 1 minute, you're in an uptrend, right? But on the 5 minute, you're still kind of down. So that's kind of how I'm looking at things from the top down perspective, going on multiple time frames, trying to have an idea. Oh, GA. What are we talking about, GA? I never took a buy on GA. It was GCAD. It was on the GCAD that we took the buy. So I saw it as a good setup. I saw the something that I was willing to put together, you know. We had kind of a confirmation from a higher time frame perspective. Still sitting in some heat though. Oh, wrong currency pair. Look at that, guys. You think that's random? Price is free falling. Okay, check this out. This may not be totally interesting for everyone, but anyway, this is what I like. Free falling, free falling, free falling, bang. What's it hitting? It's hitting this trend line. It might still slice through it, but where was this trend line? It was over here. It originated on this side. And then we had a tag and a tag here. And then we got another tag. So this could be the bottom of that. We had originally entered here. And this is not my stop loss, by the way. This was just to give you an idea of where it could be. As per guidelines, it's 100 pips, right? So it could be down here. It's just as you bring your stop loss up, you're either going to do one or two things. You're going to lower your risk in the trade, which means that you can also increase your lot size in the trade because your stop loss is tighter. So, for example, if I first put 100 pip stop loss, okay? If I have 100 pip stop loss, I'm going to take, say, for example, for this scenario, I have a $500 account, and then I'm going to risk 2% of my trading account. Just a sec here. Make sure this all works out right. So I'm going to risk $10. So what I do is I take my $10 and I divide it by how many pips in my stop loss. So in the scenario where we're going, we would have scenario number one is 100 pip stop loss. So that means 100 divided by 10 divided by 100, which means that every pip you make is worth, it's going to be 0.01 lot size, which means that you're going to make 10 cents for every pip it goes up. Okay. Now, the next scenario is if you divide that stop loss in two. So if you have 500, and then you're going to do your same 2%, right? We're going to keep it straight. I generally do 2%. So you're still risking your 10, right? So now I've got 50. I got a 50 pip stop loss. So that means I'm making 0.02. Makes sense? Hope my math's right anyway. Which means that I'm going to make twice the amount of money for every pip I gain. So now every pip it goes, I make 20 cents. And vice versa. So this is how your stop loss actually becomes your profit regulator. It basically, if you're position sizing properly and your risk, that's how you can make significant amount of money. And that's why the tighter entries are better. Because the reality is this, is if you are running on the hourly chart, your pips are going to be worth less than if you're on the 15-minute. You're going to need more pips to make the same percentage growth. It's just you just set it and kind of let it do its thing. I hope that makes sense to everyone. And if it didn't, just let me know and I'll find another way to explain it. Let's go see. CB, did I lose you, my friend?
I am here. Sorry, I had a couple of things I had to attend to, but I am here again now.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Can I do anything here to help?
I am just looking through here.
It's almost thinking 11:30 here might be into call time.
Yeah, I'm of that opinion as well. I need to get ready for the rest of the day. I've got a pretty heavy day. A lot of stuff to chase around, a lot of errands to run. Let me see here. So we're still in GCAD for the record. Some people may not be because the stop loss was too tight. And just being honest, I'm not going to be giving out stop losses and take profits. I'll give you an idea, but when it comes to shrinking it and making it tighter.
So Matt, one thing I think, I could say without giving, specific stop loss, especially with AIRO, is, more often than not, whether it's, a 40 pip or a 100 pip stop loss, that is the rule. If there is a opposite zone, that comes into play when you're looking at your stop loss, sometimes that zone the bottom of that zone will represent a stop loss that's a little less than the normal recommended amount. And I think it's okay to tell me if I'm speaking out of school here, Matt, but I think that often what I'll do is move my stop loss up a bit, tighten it up a bit based on just making sure that opposite zone is in my way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
No, I believe so as well. And that's what I've noticed is you can generally take it to the zone, but
That's
as
why
a rule of thumb, it's better
yeah.
just to.
That's why I love getting arrows that are pretty close to the opposite zone, because that way
Yes.
you know your stop loss is going to be kind of protected by that opposite zone.
Agreed. Agreed completely. And for the record, I'm sitting in about I forget how many pips of drawdown from that trade that I took there.
Me too.
Let me see, profit and points. I'm sitting at like 31 pips in drawdown, which it's 1/3 of the way to the 100 mark. So, but I like the analysis that we had.
It's just ranging right now. It's bumping off that support, and this is a perfect example. You know, without saying exactly what my stop loss is, I'm definitely, you know, pretty much below that support level on the 1 hour chart, and I'm pretty comfortable with it right now when you look at how strong that support zone is.
Yeah.
When you go back to the left.
GCAD. Yeah, just so we can show it one more time just before we close this call. Really appreciate the family and the community that we are growing with today. I do apologize for some systematic issues that I had in the morning there. Should have sent a notification to let you guys know that we'd be running pretty significantly late, but yeah, this is a strong zone, guys. It's really strong. And even this one here is, these are all pretty solid zones. And here's the 15-minute view for everyone. So see, I'm not surprised that it came back and hit here. All right, well, just oh, that's great, Pia. Well, one of the Pias, I guess. So just really appreciate you guys for taking time out of your day, spending it with us on this call this morning. You guys make this so worthwhile, you know, the community that we're building and we're growing together and we're learning and we're always just trying to push each other to the next level. If there's anything that comes up in between, let us know. There is a Hawkeye call tomorrow morning. Not sure what kind of action we're going to get prior to non-farm payroll. Al and myself don't generally trade non-farm, so we'll leave it like that. But just really appreciate you all and have an awesome weekend. And we'll see you next week if we don't see you on the call tomorrow.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, everyone, take care.